Hi foodies, in Jamaica we love a good bread, especially a fresh hard dough bread. But you know what? We have our little quick breads that we love to do. Some of them are baked, some of them are fried dough. We love fried festival and we love our fried dumpling or Johnny cake. But our neighbors from the other Caribbean islands, they have this lovely dish called bakes. It's kind of similar to our fried dumpling, except sometimes it's actually hollow inside. And I believe some islands call it floats when it's very thin and light and airy. Let's get into this yummy bake recipe. When you're making the dough for the bakes, you could use your hands, or if you don't want to get your nails in anything, then you can use a mixer. So in the bowl, I have all-purpose flour. I'm adding salt and sugar and some yeast. In the past, I've used baking powder. Today, I'm using yeast. If you don't have a mixer, feel free to use your hands, okay? I'm just using the mixer today because I don't want to get my fingers in the dough. And now we're adding some soft butter. The soft butter, we want to mix that in on low to medium speed just to help it break up into the flour. It's going to add flavor, color, and it's going to help it, with texture as well. It's going to be flaky and crispy on the edges. Now we're going to turn up the speed somewhere between medium and high and add that warm water while mixing the dough. Just add the water a little at a time. Now while you're mixing it, it's going to get sticky. If it's super sticky, you can add a little sprinkle of flour, but just keep kneading with your hands or with the mixer until it's no longer sticking to the sides of the bowl. We want to knead it for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now at this point, the dough is soft. It's not wet, it's not dry. All we need to do is just get it into a little ball there, and we are going to smooth on some olive oil on top, and then we will let it rest. So what we'll do is we'll cover this with a damp kitchen towel, and you want to sit it in an area of the kitchen that's either warm or room temperature, but not cold, and let it rest for about 20 minutes. If you have more time, you can always rest it for like 30 or 40 minutes. After the dough has rested, sprinkle some flour on your clean work surface. Get that dough, and we're going to cut it into 4 pieces. Whatever you're using to cut the dough, just dust it with some flour to help prevent it from sticking, and then just cut it into 4 pieces. Then for each piece of dough, you are going to roll it, just fold it into itself basically until you get a nice smooth ball. So you can tuck it in and then pinch it just to seal those open edges there. So see, just pinch it, turn it, and then smooth it out. If you've seen my Jamaican fried dumpling videos, it's a similar technique. You're just folding it into itself, just tucking it in, and then you can pinch the ends to seal them off. Once we're done with these 4 pieces, what we'll do is cover them up and let them rest for about 15 minutes. Cover these up and let them rest for 15 minutes. Now, if you want your bakes to be round, then it's simple. You just take your balls of dough and flatten them out and fry them up. But I'm going to be doing some in a triangular shape as well. Okay, so what I'm doing is flattening this with my fingers first. Then I'm going to use a rolling pin. If you flatten it out, then you're going to be getting a light, airy, hollow bake or float. However, if you don't roll it out too flat, then you're going to get something a little bit thicker, kind of like, a soft bread. It's really up to you. Once you cut these, all you need to do is fry them up in the oil. So you want your oil to be medium high because you don't want the bakes to soak up the oil. So you can check it out with a tiny piece of dough, or you can test it out with a wooden spoon. Once you see those bubbles, you know your oil is hot. And just lay them in away from you so they don't, get that oil all on you. These bakes or floats are very small, so they'll cook really quickly. All you're going to be doing is just spooning that hot oil all over them until they puff up. Once they puff up nicely and you can see those edges getting golden and the underside is golden, then you can flip it. Just keep spooning on that hot oil to get it nice and crisp and puffy. Then you can go ahead and just drain any excess oil on paper towels or napkins. Now I'm going to make a round one. So this is the rested dough. I just made a circle, flattened it out, didn't bother to cut the triangles. I'm just putting it right in the oil. Same steps. Keep spooning that hot oil all over as it fries. As far as the color, guys, you don't want this to be super dark, okay? Once it's getting very dark, that means it's going to be hard, okay? So we are looking for a golden color. If you want the color to be a little deeper brown, you can use brown sugar instead of white sugar. Now these are really nice for stuffing, so you can put whatever filling you want in these, or you can make them plain just like this. They are salty, slightly sweet, super delicious. Our Jamaican fried dumpling is a little more dense, okay? But you could actually use the same dough for fried dumpling to make bakes. And here they are, guys. Look at these beautiful bakes. They are gorgeous. I had to take them outside just to show you guys how lovely they are. They are light and airy. So what I'm going to do, guys, is just open this up so you can see what the texture is like. It's like a light, soft bread, but it's hollow inside. You can cook up some saltfish or some smoked herring and just stuff inside. It is so delicious. I love to have these hot, but you can have them at room temperature. They are still yummy. Give that recipe a try, guys, and come back and let me know how it works out for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.